What you're seeing right now isn't just a YouTube intro. It's an awesome text animation for today's project. Let's dive straight into how you can create this stunning effect. Big thanks to our amazing Patreon patrons for supporting this project and making content like this possible. Your contributions mean the world to us. For just $3 a month, you can subscribe to our Patreon to get access to the full source code of this project and many others. It's a small price for unlimited creativity and learning. Also, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. With only 1.9% of viewers subscribing, every new subscription helps us grow and continue creating valuable tutorials for you. Thank you so much for your support. It truly makes a difference. Now that we've set the stage, let's dive into the HTML structure that brings this animation to life. The SVG element is declared with a viewbox attribute set to 00, 1200, and 300. This defines the coordinate system and the visible area of the SVG canvas. The values 00 represent the top left corner of the canvas, while 1200 and 300 specify the width and height of the canvas, respectively. This ensures the SVG scales properly and fits perfectly within its container, providing a responsive foundation for our design. The defs element is used to define reusable elements within the SVG, such as gradients or patterns. Inside it, we create a linear gradient with the ID gradient, which allows us to apply a smooth color transition to our text. The X1, Y1, X2, and Y2 attributes define the direction of the gradient, flowing horizontally from left 0% to right 100%. This setup ensures the gradient moves perfectly across the text for a dynamic and visually appealing effect. The stop elements define the color transitions within the gradient. At 0%, the gradient starts with a bright pink color, creating a vibrant beginning. At 50%, it transitions to a rich purple, adding depth and a smooth middle tone. Finally, at 100%, the gradient ends with a lively green, completing the dynamic color flow. These stops work together to create a visually striking and seamless gradient effect. Below the gradient definition, we have two text elements. The first one positions the word code at coordinates x600 and y100, while the second places instinct directly below it at x600 and y200. Together, these elements form the foundation of our animated text design. Now that we've covered the HTML structure, let's move on to the CSS that brings this SVG to life with its stunning animation and styling. Let's walk through the CSS for the body element line by line. First, we set the background to a dark gray color, giving our design a sleek and modern look. Next, we remove any default spacing around the edges by setting the margin to 0. To ensure the body takes up the full height of the viewport, we define the height as 100 VH, which means 100% of the viewport height. Then, we use display flex to enable a flexible layout, allowing us to easily center content both vertically and horizontally. The Align Items Center property ensures that everything is perfectly aligned along the vertical axis, while Justify Content Center handles the horizontal alignment. Moving on to the SVG element, we start by setting the width to 100%, ensuring the SVG stretches across the entire width of its container. Similarly, we define the height as 100%, making sure it also fills the full height of the available space. These properties ensure that the SVG scales perfectly within its parent element, maintaining a responsive and visually balanced design. Let's dive into the styling for the text element. First, we set the font family to Poppins, a modern and bold typeface, with a fallback to sans serif for compatibility. The font size is defined as 100 pixels, giving the text a large and impactful presence. To make the text bold, we use a font weight of 700. The fill is set to none, meaning the interior of the text will remain empty, allowing the stroke to take center stage. For the stroke, we apply the gradient we defined earlier using URL hashtag gradient, creating a vibrant, multicolored outline. The stroke width is set to 3 pixels, ensuring the stroke is thick enough to stand out. To smooth out sharp corners, we use stroke line join round. For perfect centering, we apply text anchor middle to align the text horizontally and dominant baseline middle to align it vertically. Adding some spacing between the letters, we define the letter spacing as 3 pixels. To create the drawing animation effect, we use stroke-array 2000, which breaks the stroke into dashes, and stroke-offset 2000, which offsets the dashes to make the text initially invisible. Finally, the animation property brings everything to life with a 30-second duration, an ease timing function, and the forwards keyword ensuring the animation stays in its final state. Let's break down the at keyframes draw animation. At 0%, the animation begins with the stroke-offset set to 2000, which means the stroke is completely offset and the text appears invisible. By 100%, the stroke-offset is reduced to 0, gradually revealing the stroke and creating the effect of the text being drawn smoothly onto the screen. This gradual transition from 2000 to 0 is what powers the captivating stroke drawing animation. With the project complete, you can now experience the magic of the animated text in action. Every time you refresh the page, the animation begins anew, drawing the bold code instinct text with a smooth gradient. I hope you enjoyed creating or exploring this stunning text animation. If you found this tutorial helpful or inspiring, don't forget to show your support by subscribing to our YouTube channel. With your subscription, you'll stay updated on more creative projects like this one, and you'll be helping us continue to bring you high-quality tutorials. Hit that subscribe button. Now it only takes a second, but it makes a huge difference. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.